Hi everyone. I want to start by apologizing for last week. I shouldn't have exited the way that I did. It was wrong and I'm sorry. I just I don't know what came over me. It's like I had no control. The devil made you do it. Ha ha. Very funny, Tony. I know what you want. I was pissed. That's what you want to hear, right? You know, Bonnie, last week after you left, Julius, he did mention that, maybe you are pissed because you've been ignored in the group, and that's really like what used to happen to you all the time in your childhood. Well, yeah, that's pretty accurate, but I wasn't pissed. Hurt is a better word. I know pissed, and you were good and pissed at me. You know, Rebecca, last week when Philip was talking about the reason you don't have girlfriends, I didn't buy it. It's not because they envy you because of your good looks. Every time I bring something up, you make the conversation about you. I get feedback about the way you handle anger, and I'm the bad guy. I mean, isn't the point of the group about giving feedback? Do you want feedback or not? Yes, Rebecca, I want feedback, but I want feedback about me or about me and someone else. I mean, the feedback is always about you. Everything is about you. I mean, you're so attractive and I just can't compete. And that brings me to my next point. I have a question for everyone. Why is it that I can't hold your attention? See? And another thing, Rebecca, what I'm saying to you about girlfriends, this is not news to you. You and Pam had this identical conversation. You know, Speaking of Pam, Julius, have you heard anything? You really are the master of changing the conversation. But I'll let it slide just this one time because I did want to mention Pam today to everyone. I got an email from her and she will be returning soon. She'll be here for our next meeting. Philip, you did remember I mentioned our missing member Pam, right? And you, Philip, are the master of the fast head nod. I mean, it's like you stay in the middle of everything without really ever saying much. You see all the stuff going around over you? I mean, Bonnie and Rebecca arguing. I mean, what do you think about this? What do you have to say about any of this? Okay. I hear you. Just give me some time to gather my thoughts, but I actually think that Bonnie and Rebecca kind of have some similar afflictions. I mean, Bonnie can't stand the thought of not being popular, and Rebecca can't stand the thought of what happens if she loses her popularity. All right, so there's some silence, so it doesn't seem like anyone has anything to say in response to Philip, but I want to apologize for bringing the focus to Pam because I know in some past sessions we've kind of left with some people feeling like their issues weren't dealt with, and so I want to make sure today that we really do focus on the issues at hand and we don't get distracted with other things. So, Bonnie, now you're telling us that you don't feel important in this group. I mean, who is it specifically that you think you're less important than? It's everyone, Julius. I feel less important than everyone in this group. I mean, look at you guys. You're beautiful, successful, great jobs. I mean, how can I compare to that? I don't think Bonnie's response is very valid. I mean, everything you just listed was something external. Isn't the point of this group is that all of us here, are human beings and we leave those external things where they are? I mean, Bonnie, you're very important. You listen to us, you're very warm. I consider you a very important part of this group. Gil, I'm a mess. I mean, my whole life has been a mess. My parents were alcoholics. My ex-husband was a drunk. My daughter, a heroin addict. And here I am, just this boring librarian that looks at catalogs all day. I'm just a mess. My life is a mess. I don't really know, guys. This has just been a lot today. I think it's been too much for me to handle. Bonnie, you're absolutely right. A lot just happened in these past few minutes here, and I want us to kind of take some time to break that down. Who has any feelings, observations, anything like that about what just happened? We can take the next few moments to really just analyze and take a look at everything that just took place. I think that'll be a good idea for the next part of our session today.